From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Right now at 6, the Greenwood fire near Isabella is currently moving and growing rapidly, forcing fire crews to retreat and new evacuations to the north and east. What you're seeing now is drone video captured earlier today from Highway 2 near where the road closure is. We're still waiting on an update on the size of the fire tonight, but officials say it is making a big run and has now jumped State Highway 1. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. There is no containment of the Greenwood fire, and what was feared by Superior National Forest leaders late last week is now happening. The fire has spread into the McDougal Lakes area. That's where there are dozens of homes and cabins. Officials say firefighters who had been doing structure protection there have now been forced to retreat. As of 2:30 this afternoon, we're told there hadn't been any damage to structures. Areas north and east of there are now being evacuated as well, including the Minnewan, Grouse, and Kitigan Lake areas. Because of that, a new evacuation center has been set up. We learned it's been moved from the Babbitt Ice Arena to the Babbitt City Hall. The previous shelter in Finland closed permanently about an hour ago. And as the Greenwood fire grows tonight, CBS3's Quinn Gorham joins us now live from Highway 2, only a few miles from the road closure. Quinn, what have you been seeing?
Well, we have moved to a different area this hour, and you can still see just how bad that plume of smoke is. Again, I'm not sure if you're able to tell on camera just how bad that smoke is and how much that's carrying with the wind. But the reason we moved to this area is because I want to demonstrate just why that's such a problem. Now, at the end of this road over here, these trees are blocked by a lot more trees, and that's helping the trees not sway in the wind as much. In this area, in the clearing, the trees on either side of me are swaying a lot more. And that's creating a big problem, especially in the fires. When those fires create clearings, that wind is a lot more drastic, a lot more severe, and it's helping the fires move further and faster. That's consistent with a couple of things we've seen. About 5-10 minutes ago, we saw a fire vehicle in particular speeding up this direction with its lights on. I can only imagine going up to go help those fires. We actually also saw a helicopter going overhead earlier toward Lake Superior. That's just a reminder of how dry the area up here actually is, and they're needing to go out and outsource that water and bring it back. So big problem, obviously, with the drier areas up there for a lot of people. Make sure you're staying out of those areas, staying safe. Again, the road up here a couple miles up is closed, so make sure you're staying out of the impacted areas and staying safe. We'll throw it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks for that report, Quinn. Well, tonight, the Superior National Forest will share the latest information on the Greenwood fire at a public meeting that started at 6 o'clock at the Wolf Ridge Environmental Learning Center in Finland. They'll also share information on fires in the Superior National Forest and the BWCA closure announced over the weekend. As we mentioned, some structure protection crews focused on saving homes and cabins from the Greenwood fire are evacuating to safer ground now as the fire spreads northeast. That includes the crews working in the McDougal Lakes area. More than 100 units have been dedicated to building a defense line between the fire and homes. Here's how they do it. First, they spray the structure with a mix of water and foam. Next, they drop a hose light and soak the surrounding land with water. Then they'll put fire on the ground, using the wind to their advantage to push the flames away from the structure. This should create what fire officials call a protective area of black.
When we say black, what we're looking for is good, hard black on the ground where the fuels have been consumed, so that if a fire encroaches upon a structure, it's going to drop and not threaten the home.
As of this afternoon, the 100 units dedicated to protecting structures have about 135 homes or cabins to worry about. That number could be higher tonight with news of more evacuations. And the John Eck fire is one of the biggest wildfires burning in the Boundary Waters right now. It's estimated to be more than 700 acres tonight. That's about the same size as yesterday, thanks to cooler temperatures. The fire stretches from John Eck Lake to the southeast corner of Elton Lake. Meanwhile, the Whelp fire, also in the BWCA, stayed steady at 50 acres. It's located 5 miles northwest of Sawbill Lake. A lightning strike started that fire. If a new wildfire sparks, there are few resources available to fight back. That's why the entire Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness closed for 7 days. That closure went into effect Saturday, and since then, campers in the wilderness have been making an orderly evacuation out of the area. CBS 3's Kendall Jarbo spoke with travelers who left the BWCA today and explains how the closure is having a big impact.
It's been a disappointing weekend for campers in the Boundary Waters, cutting their trip short or canceling it altogether. Connor Peltier and his friends left the BWCA Monday. They took these photos from their campsite showing a plume of smoke in the distance.
We thought it was clouds at first, but then once all the clouds cleared and you could see kind of the water planes going towards them, you know, it was just a little bit eerie seeing that.
We got everything.
Returning Monday was always part of this group's plan, but Peltier feels for the campers who weren't so lucky.
I could imagine they're pretty disappointed. I mean, it takes quite a bit of effort to get out there. I mean, you kind of know the risk going in. Like, we knew the fires were happening. We were just hoping we could get out as long as we could.
Owner of Ely Outfitting Company Jason Zaborski is helping his clients evacuate. Over the weekend, he bore the burden of delivering the bad news.
We were telling people standing in front of us that they weren't going to be able to do their trip, which was really a difficult thing to have to communicate to them.
A week's worth of trips canceled, with the possibility the closure could be extended. This is where thousands of trips to the Boundary Waters have been planned, but no amount of preparation could see a closure of this magnitude happening. Zaborski says in his decades of experience as a wilderness guide, he's never seen anything quite like it.
Sort of feel like the owner of a restaurant during peak pandemic closures, except we can't do takeout. And so it's really put the brakes to pretty much everything we do, because 100% of what we do is the BWCA, basically.
Zaborski has been talking to groups about rebooking options, though he's well aware nothing can replace the missed experience.
Zaborski says most of the camping groups have returned to the shop. He expects everyone to be back by tomorrow morning. Dave joins us now for our first check of the weather. Dave, hopefully some relief is in sight, because today's weather certainly is not helping in the fight of those fires.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance of rain coming for tomorrow, Kristen, and may not be the only chance for rain this week. Let's set the stage, though, by taking a look at this picture coming out of the Ely area today from our good friend Roy Mazan's neck here. He's on Shagwa Lake looking across town towards Isabella, which is about 20 miles away. In between, there is the smoke and the clouds being created by the Greenwood fire. Fires, when they get to a certain size, over a couple thousand acres, have enough heat and enough lift to create their own weather systems. And so we're seeing pyrocumulus clouds form, and it looks like behind that banner there, a pyrocumulonimbus cloud is trying to form up. And that'll be aided and abetted by a couple of lows coming from the west. So that's why we're getting a 70% chance for some rain on Tuesday. Much needed rain indeed. Tonight, clouds will build. Those will fall into the 50s for a lot of places. Tomorrow, near the lake, around 70, but warmer, mid-70s inland. But for all zones, we look at a 70% rain chance, at least for a day. In a few more minutes, I'll show you a chart of how much rain could come across on Tuesday. And frankly, it doesn't look that bad. Hopefully it pays off, and we'll eye it up together, like I mentioned, in a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Dave. The U.S. has given full approval to Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. It's a milestone that may help lift public confidence in the shot as the nation battles the contagious Delta variant. The vaccine now carries the strongest endorsement from the Food and Drug Administration. The FDA says they have never had so much evidence to judge a shot's safety. More than 200 million Pfizer doses have already been administered across the country. The U.S. is also the first country to fully approve the shot. St. Luke's is now preparing for more patients to receive the Pfizer vaccine. They say they have enough space and supplies to handle an increase in vaccinations. St. Luke's infectious disease physician, Dr. Andrew Thompson, says it was understandable. People were reluctant at first, but he says it's important to respond to new information.
Hopefully this will convince a few more people that this really has been carefully reviewed and is now fully approved by the FDA.
More information on the approved Pfizer vaccine is available on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Earlier this month, the University of Minnesota school system said they would require students to get the vaccine after FDA approval. Now, it looks like that will become a reality at UMD and all of U of M campuses. That's according to a statement from a school spokesperson today. They don't have a deadline for when students need to be fully vaccinated yet. Faculty and staff are being asked to report their vaccination status or agree to regular COVID testing. Bulldogs will also have to wear masks this fall, even if they are vaccinated. Meanwhile, Wisconsin is now giving out $100 to people who get their first dose of the COVID vaccine. Governor Tony Evers made that announcement today. The money will be given out as a Visa gift card. Any Wisconsin resident 12 and older is eligible as long as they get their shot between now and September 6th. Evers hopes this will encourage more people to get vaccinated as the Delta variant spreads and kids are getting ready to head back to school. As of this afternoon, more than 50% of the state's entire population and 61% of adults 18 and older were fully vaccinated. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, we introduce you to a man who is trekking the Superior Hiking Trail with a purpose and carrying his message all 300 miles. More on that in a few minutes.
Temperatures sure have been up and down in the past week. Last week hotter than all get out, and then for the weekend we cooled down. Now pretty warm again today with a high of 87 in Duluth. Tomorrow we dial back a little bit, but we also increase our chances for rain. We need it. We'll talk about it coming up right after our break.
You're watching the CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinseth, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS. During the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture, everything's on sale. Save up to 30% on all living room, dining, and bedroom. Get free no-contact shipping plus 3-year special financing with no money down, no minimum purchase. The Labor Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Bolins.
And I'm Ann Nolette.
And we're Advanced Surgical Associates of Northern Minnesota.
Our team has many years of general surgery experience and is the most experienced robotic team in the Northland. We are committed to providing the latest and best surgical techniques to you and your family.
With robotic-assisted surgery, you're likely to have a shorter hospital stay, experience less pain, and recover quicker. We offer our surgical care at multiple hospitals and surgical centers, and most insurance plans are accepted.
Learn more at mnsurgery.com or give us a call today.
Enjoy summer, save money, and look good doing it with huge savings on hot fashions from Northwest Outlet. Save up to 40% off Columbia and the North Face summer clothing. That's right, up to 40% off. Save on capris, tees, shorts, rain, wind, and fleece jackets, and UPF sun-rated clothing. Enjoy the weather and get your whole family's summer fashions at Northwest Outlet. We're not done yet. Save up to 40% off on all sandals. You heard me right, up to 40% off. What are you waiting for? Get to Northwest Outlet Superior. We'll make sure you look good.
Don't be fooled. Not all internet is created equal. At Mediacom, we have an incredibly advanced fiber-rich network. We don't just advertise fast speeds, we're proven to over-deliver on them. So you get more than what you pay for. And unlike many providers, we have hundreds of people who constantly monitor our network to keep you connected and protected. So let's talk. Switch to Extreme Internet 100 for only $34.99 a month for a year. Call us today at 844-EXTREME2.
During the Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express, get up to $700 off Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, plus a $300 home shopping cart, free delivery, setup, and no money down 6-year special financing. Labor Day Tempur-Pedic savings at Home Sleep Express.
I'm leaving the studio and hitting the road. I'm making house calls.
Dr. Phil.
That's a teachable moment. I'm like a dog with a bone. The difference between winners and losers is winners do things losers don't want to do. Carrying a grudge is like letting somebody live in your head for free. When you're in a hole, stop digging. And they are digging. I'm not leaving here, so you people either need to get real or set up a cot for me.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
You know, I was just eyeing up the stats for the year 2021 here so far. We're almost 8 months into it here. And when you look at precip totals, only 2 months had more than normal. The other 6 have been drier than normal, which leads us to today with another near critical fire danger alert for northern Minnesota. East central Minnesota, northeastern Minnesota, fire danger is awfully high. And of course, we know in several locations it's already paid off with big forest fires. And now, air quality alert is back too because of those fires, and we can't blame it on Canada this time. It's our own doing. It's that Greenwood fire and its little buddies here that are causing that problem with air quality until about Wednesday. But maybe on Tuesday we'll wash some of the problems out of our sky because of a 70% rain chance. And it won't be the only rain chance this week. We'll find out with our 7-day forecast that we have several others coming our way. Hopefully one of them pays off with what we need. Here's what we get. At least at the moment, 84 degrees at the airport in Duluth, only 27% for the relative humidity. That's part of the problem. Westerly, northwesterly wind going at 14 miles per hour is continuing to dry out and create a bigger problem. And air pressure, 29.84 inches of mercury, a little bit on the lower side, and that's because we have one low leaving and 2 lows coming, and hopefully a combination of the 3 gives us that 70% chance for rain tomorrow. Current temps, after cool down on the weekend, we went back to the warm side here today. 86 in Ironwood, 89 in Ashland, 86 in Superior, also 86 for Moose Lake, and 84 towards Two Harbors, 81 degrees in Grand Rapids. But you get closer to the border with cloud cover already thickening up with those advancing lows, we're seeing temperatures dropping into the 60s. So tomorrow, temperatures will go down a little bit as rain chances go up. Not right now, though. We see the clouds increasing near the Canadian border. Some of them are trying to spin into central parts of Wisconsin, but it's tomorrow when we get the action of these 3 lows here conspiring and combining to bring us that 70% chance of rain. That could last through early Wednesday morning, and by the time it departs on Wednesday night, rain totals may be fair. North of Duluth, we're looking at about 1/4 to maybe even 1/2 inch. Here in the Twin Ports, head of the lakes area, we could go from about 1/2 inch in the Twin Ports to maybe 1 inch plus towards Moose Lake and Solon Springs and Hayward as well. And then from the Bayfield Peninsula through the Upper Peninsula, maybe 1/4 to 1/3. So a wide variety of numbers, but they're not bad numbers. Here's tonight's Minnesota temperature numbers. Lows going 48 to 60. Partly cloudy sky, spills into Wisconsin and Michigan with lows there in the 50s. Tomorrow, there's the cloudy sky with high temps 70 to 78 for the most part in Wisconsin, 82 for the UP, 70% chance for that much needed rain. Minnesotans get that chance as well with 60s by the lake and 70s inland. And with the extended forecast here, Wednesday and Monday may be the only dry days. All the other days at least have some sort of chance for that rain that we so desperately need.
We sure do. Thank you, Dave. Well, here's a live look at City Hall tonight as the Duluth City Council is planning to continue its discussion about Visit Duluth's role in promoting the city at tonight's meeting. Last week, the council approved a $1.8 million contract for a Twin Cities-based marketing and tourism firm. Belmont Partners will take over promoting tourism for Duluth. However, the council tabled a contract consideration for Visit Duluth. The proposal would award $400,000 to the organization to run the city's visitor center, among other duties. The contract was tabled while the city and organization had further discussions. One councilor said that item will likely be tabled again tonight. As of last week, Visit Duluth's board was still considering the city's offer. The council will also consider an agreement with St. Louis County to build a roundabout in the Woodland neighborhood. It aims to help better connect Snively Road, Jean Duluth Road, Glenwood Street, and Woodland Avenue. The council meeting begins at 7 tonight. We will have the latest from tonight's discussions coming up at 10. A Minnesota man is planning a unique Northland voyage. Rochester's Evan Hansen plans to hike 300 miles on the Superior Hiking Trail. While you may think that's impressive enough, he's going to do it with a canoe on his back. Hansen's attempt at this impressive feat comes with a much greater purpose behind it, highlighting mental health issues.
This canoe represents that burden, the burden of mental illness that those who have attempted or completed suicide have had to carry, and then the weight of grief that their loved ones continue to bear to this day.
He begins his hike on September 1st, starting at the northernmost point of the Superior Hiking Trail near the border with Canada. He'll then walk through Duluth to the Minnesota-Wisconsin border. Well, speaking of impressive athletes, Kelly is here with what's coming up in sports.
Yeah, Kristen, the boys are back in town and captains have been named. The latest on UND men's hockey as they return to practice coming up next.
Pre-order your 2022 Lund boat at RJ Sport Cycle.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChevy.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChevy.com, a better way to buy.
I'm Dr. Matthew Penning. I'm a family physician at St. Luke's. I like to try and empower the patients to take control of their own health care. Doctors may give advice, but it's really the choices of the patients that determine the outcomes of their health care. So I think it's really important that we speak in a way that patients understand and can get information. I chose to practice at St. Luke's because it seems more like a family environment. The atmosphere at Mariner is great, so I love it here.
Join us in the beautiful fields and orchards of Bayfield, Wisconsin for our Fruit Loop. Now picking blackberries and blueberries. For more information, visit our website today.
Your home improvement company has industry-leading materials and warranties on all of our window and bathroom products. We also certify all of our installers in our Installation Training Center. Right now, we are offering 20% off all products and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Call us today or go online to book your appointment. If you want your project done right the first time, go with your home improvement company where it's your home made better.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Go to the ends of the earth.
Very pleasant place to be. I couldn't ask for anything more.
And reach for the stars.
Where's the Oscar? Oh, this is great.
Do you still love it?
I do.
But wait, there's more. Experience thought-provoking. It was literally like Groundhog Day.
I do know what makes a good movie.
Innovative.
It's hard not to overflow.
And truly original reporting. Because there's always something new under the sun on CBS Sunday Morning. CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Well, from now, just 46 days remain until the UND men's hockey home opener, and the Bulldogs have announced their slate of captains for the upcoming season. Noah Cates will captain the Bulldogs for the second consecutive season. The senior forward helped lead UMD to their fourth consecutive Frozen Four this past spring as the top-line center. Cates scored 5 goals and tallied 19 total points and was a +4 on the ice. Cates was also named to the NCHC All-Conference Academic Team. As for the assistant captains this year, COVID year grad students Kobe Roth and Louis Rail will both wear an A. It's Rail's second season as an assistant captain. Senior forward Tanner Latterer will wear one as well. And some devastating news out of the hockey community today. Jimmy Hayes, who helped Boston College to a national championship and went on to play 7 seasons in the NHL, has died at the age of 31. A law enforcement official said medics were called Monday to the Hayes house in Boston, in the suburbs of Boston, where he was then pronounced dead. No other details were disclosed. The 6'5" right winger was drafted in the second round of the NHL draft in 2008 by the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2 years later, he helped Boston College to its second straight national title, totaling 13 goals and 22 assists in 42 games as a sophomore. He made his NHL debut in December 2011 after a trade to the Chicago Blackhawks. The Milwaukee Brewers have been red hot since the end of June, and as we creep towards September, they haven't showed any signs of slowing down. The Brew Crew capped off yet another series win over the Washington Nationals this weekend with a 7.5 game lead in the NL Central and 37 games to go. They're in position to claim their third ever division pennant and the first since 2018. Lately, it's been Christian Yelich doing the damage on offense. The former MVP is batting .355 in his last 11 games, a promising sign ahead of a huge 3-game series against Cincinnati.
You know, it's the next challenge in front of us, and you know, we take it as that. They're an interdivisional team. They're the team that's closest to us, so it's the next challenge, and you know, we'll tackle it like that.
Try and get better every day, and I think that's kind of what's been going on here the last week or so. I just kind of thought we were making some progress and building on some things, and just trying to stay after it.
And a familiar face is heading back to the Minnesota Vikings defense. The Vikings announced the signing of defensive end Everson Griffen, who previously spent a decade with the organization. Griffen is a 4-time Pro Bowler, has an extensive knowledge of Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer's defense, and could also be used in pass rushing situations if he makes the 53-man roster. Now, Zim's answer prior to the official signing was short and simple.
Well, if I didn't think he could help us, we wouldn't sign him. We talked to him for quite a while the other day, and you know, I think seems like he's in in a good place, and you know, hopefully he continues to do that, and if he does, he can help us.
The 33-year-old provides depth and special skills along the edge of the defensive line where Daniil Hunter is entrenched as a starter. Stephen Weatherly and DJ Wanham have battled for the other starter's spot this past week.
Going to Dallas, going to Detroit, the grass wasn't greener. You know, I didn't get the love that I got here with the fans, you know, with the coaches, with the players. And, you know, the grass wasn't greener. And, you know, I learned, and I'm back home, and I'm happy to be home. And, you know, I should have stayed last year, to be honest, you know, where people love me, where the fans love me, where you guys love me. I'm happy to be back.
Happy to have him back, and football, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I know. It's an exciting time. Thanks, Kelly. Well, coming up at 10, we will continue to bring you the latest on the growing Greenwood fire. The evacuation area grew this afternoon, and a new evacuation center has been set up at Babbitt City Hall. We will have the latest coming up tonight on the CBS3 News at 10. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10.